You ever had to grieve a relationship with somebody who's still alive? Yeah. Let's talk about something people don't always say out loud. I'm 51 years old and I don't have a relationship with my mother. And before somebody say, but that's your mama, listen. That little girl inside of me, she still wants her mama. She probably always will, but this grown woman sitting here talking to you today understands something different now. Sometimes healing means accepting what is instead of chasing what should have been. I told y'all before, at 16 years old, I was pregnant and eventually homeless with a baby. And me and my mother, we always had what folks politely call a complicated relationship. Now, don't get it twisted. My mother was beautiful. Baby, she was what y'all would call a whole baddie today. People used to say we looked like twins, and I believed it too. She carried herself like somebody people noticed when she walked in the room. But sometimes somebody can look strong on the outside and still not know how to love you the way you need it on the inside. And that realization took me years to understand. For a long time, I kept thinking maybe if I just tried harder, maybe if I showed up different, maybe if I proved myself more, maybe then I would finally be enough. But grown folks eventually learn something important. You stop auditioning for love that was supposed to come naturally. Now, hear me clearly. I don't hate my mother. I actually wish her peace. I really do. But I also choose mine because loving somebody does not always mean staying somewhere that keeps breaking your spirit. Sometimes the hardest decision you ever make as an adult is loving somebody from a distance, especially when that somebody is your parent. And what made this even harder for me is realizing I raised a daughter of my own and I still work every day to protect that relationship because sometimes what we didn't receive we spend our whole lives trying to make sure our children never feel. And that kind of work right there, that's sacred work. Let me say this part carefully. Just because a relationship is missing in your life does not mean something is missing in you. Some of us had to clap for ourselves, encourage ourselves, pick ourselves up, celebrate ourselves, and keep walking without the support we deserved. If that's your story, I see you. There were moments I wanted somebody to say they were proud of me, moments I wanted somebody to stand beside me, moments I wanted somebody to show up for me the way I showed up for everybody else. And instead, God said, stand up anyway. So I did. And maybe that's why I share my story like this. Not because I'm complaining, not because I'm blaming, but because somebody watching this needs permission to stop feeling guilty for protecting their peace. Sometimes breaking a generational cycle means becoming the person nobody was for you. And if that's the work you're doing right now, you stronger than you think you are. And if this part of my story sounds like yours, share something in the comments. Not for judgment, not for debate, but so somebody else reading your words might realize they're not alone either. And if this conversation spoke to you, pull a chair up. We're walking this journey together.